What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a tier list for solo queue players. Who's the best pick right now? What's going on in the meta? And let me know if you guys disagree with any of my decisions. Let me know down in the comments. We're going to go ahead and start off with Absol. I'm going to put him at C tier. I think Absol's a good jungler. Definitely strong in the beginning of the game. You can bully a lane, getting early ganks. I don't think he's the worst choice in the world. Maybe he's low B tier, but I'm going to keep him at C tier for right now. Next up, we got Ninetales. I'm going to go ahead and throw Ninetales at A tier. Ninetales just has so much stun ability. Ultimate's good. Very strong choice right now. If I was to have an ideal team out, Ninetales would be in my ideal team. Next up, we got Charizard. I'm going to go ahead and throw Charizard in C tier. Charizard is just so weak in the beginning of the game. You can't lane with him. Otherwise, you just get bullied. So you have to take him jungle. And there's just so many better options for jungle right now. But once you do get to Charizard, though, your Unite move is crazy. You can eliminate opponent or two. Just take them out of the game completely. So once you do get to Charizard, though, maybe B tier. But for the entire game in solo queue, I'm going to stick Charizard at C tier. Next up, we got Cinderace. I'm going to throw Cinderace in A tier. Cinderace is a strong Pokemon, does put out a decent amount of damage. You don't have as much mobility as some of the other Pokemon. So if you do get jumped on by like a Lucario, a Machamp pulls you back in, you are most likely going to die. I want to say he's low A tier or B tier, only for the fact he doesn't have a lot of mobility and you can get picked off pretty easily if you're not careful. Next up, we got Cramorant. I love Cramorant. He's super strong, targeted pretty easily though. So we're going to go ahead and throw Cramorant in B tier for the same reason as Cinderace. He just doesn't have that much mobility. If you don't have your eject button up and you get dove on, you're probably going to lose the fight unless you get some backup. So just for that reason, we're going to put him at B tier for solo queue. Next up, we got Crustle. I'm going to go ahead and throw him at C tier. I don't think Crustle is as bad as everyone makes him out to be. I actually love playing Crustle. He's super fun to play. If you're using Shell Smash and the X Scissor, bullying the enemy team back into your team with that X Scissor is absolutely one of the most fun things to do into this game. You have that insane mobility with Shell Smash, so you can go score points. As long as you're there for the team fights, I think Crustle is definitely not the worst choice in the world, but there's just better tanks out there right now. Next up, we got Garchomp. I'm throwing Garchomp C tier. I don't think I can place him higher than Charizard. You're just so weak in the beginning of the game. You need to get to level 10 to get to Garchomp, get your Unite move. He's much better end game, and you can take out objectives super fast, such as Rotom and Dreadnought and Zapdos. And as Gibble, you have to get jungle, otherwise you just get bullied. Next up, we got Gardevoir. I just recently started playing Gardevoir. Love the character. I'm putting it at A tier. Once you get to Gardevoir, you are a monster. You put out an insane amount of damage. You have CC with Moonblast. Your Unite move is insane. Just trap people in that vortex. It's just like an instant kill basically. Gardevoir, obviously weak when you're Ralts. It takes you a while to get to level 10. I'm keeping A tier Gardevoir. Endgame is insane. The damage, the Unite, we're keeping her A tier. Next up, we got Gengar. I gotta throw my main Gengar in C tier. Gengar was one of the strongest Pokemon at the very release of this game, but they nerfed him and he's just not where he used to be. Still fun to play. You can definitely carry with Gengar, but you have to have jungle. You have to pop off. You have to be over leveled, and there's just better options to play jungle. Next up, we got Greninja, the best jungler in the game. If you are a jungle Greninja and they don't have a jungle Greninja, I feel like most games are going to go into your favor. The damage you deal is crazy. Your mobility is insane. Your Unite move is but it's okay. Greninja makes up for it. Don't worry. Greninja is definitely S tier for this list. Next up, we got my main man, Lucario. You already know we're throwing him in S tier. The burst damage that Lucario throws out is crazy. You have Bone Rush. Then you have your choice between Extreme Speed and Power Up Punch. You can pick either one. Just depends on what you like to do. Lucario definitely S tier. The damage that he puts out is crazy. He's good at the beginning of the game. He's strong at the end of the game. You can definitely make some plays with Lucario. Next up, we got Machamp. I'm gonna go ahead and throw him at A tier. I love playing Machamp. Super fun to play. His Unite move is insane. You can get the whole team in his Unite move, and they're all have a third of HP left, and then your team follows up, and they're just all dead. You just win the fight. I mean, there's nothing nothing else to that. Fun to play, suggest checking him out if you haven't. Next up, we got Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime can definitely make some plays. I think I should put him at C tier, to be honest, but I'm going to put him at B tier. Anytime you're filling the support role, it's a big positive for your team. He doesn't even feel that much of a support, but you can use those walls. You can get picks off using your walls correctly. He does put out an insane amount of CC and damage, though, so that's why we're going to just go ahead and throw Mr. Mime B tier. Do I think he's the best in the game? No. And there's definitely better options than him, but filling that support role boosts him from a C to a B. Next up, we got Pikachu. I'm so sorry, Pikachu lovers. I'm throwing Pikachu D tier. Pikachu is absolutely insane in the beginning of the game, but that's about it. The Unite move is strong for Pikachu. I will give him that. End game, you just don't put out enough damage. You can't get steals on Dreadnought or Rotom. I just don't like Pikachu end game. There's just better options, so we're throwing Pikachu D tier. You have to extremely pop off to hard carry with Pikachu, and it's kind of hard with the lack of damage he puts out. Next up, we got Slowbro. I'm throwing Slowbro in C tier. There's just better tank options right now. It's nice to have a tank on your team, but there's just too many better options right now. He does have a crazy amount of CC. Next up, we got Snorlax. We're gonna go ahead and throw him S tier. If you get a Snorlax on your team, that's great. That block is nuts. It might honestly be the best ability in the game. Pushing them off of objectives, pushing them into your team. You just make some crazy plays with Snorlax with that block. You can block people from coming into Zapdos. There's just so many ways you can go about it to benefit your team. And he's super strong in the beginning of the game. Get last hits on those Dinos or the Corphish you're fighting over. So stealing XP, Snorlax, S tier. The more I look at the list, the more I want to put Absol at B tier. I'm not gonna lie. I want to do that, and then I want to put Talonflame C tier. I think Absol's better than Talonflame. Talonflame, you could definitely make some moves. You're definitely gonna want to run jungle. If you're ahead, you can definitely solo carry. He's just too squishy though, and if you don't have your cooldowns, you're just dead. You have great mobility, so you can score. I'm sticking Talonflame C tier. Next up, we got Venusaur. I'm throwing him B tier. His Solar Beam and Sludge Bomb combo is crazy. If you're landing your Solar Beams, he's definitely a strong option right now. But if you get dove on by any kind of physical character like Absol, Machamp, Ninja, Lucario, you're just gonna get deleted. He's just way too squishy in my opinion. You do get some crazy plays though with your Solar Beam. You can steal Zapdos, you can steal Dreadnought, you can steal Rotom. You can get finishing moves with Solar Beam. His Unite move's not the worst in the world. I also don't think it's the best. Next up, we got Wiggly. Wiggly's absolutely crazy. Sticking him S tier. Wiggly puts out an insane amount of damage. You have a lot of HP. You're filling the support role. The double slap and sing combo is crazy, especially if you have teammates to follow you up on your sing. Wiggly's just an overall great choice to play if you're solo queue. Next, we have Eldegoss. I've seen Eldegoss make some crazy plays. I'm sticking Eldegoss A tier. Anytime you're filling the support role, you're good. You're helping the team out. Eldegoss is a tank in disguise. You don't put out crazy amount of damage as Eldegoss, but you keep your team alive. Your Unite move is actually kind of insane. I've seen people steal Zapdos with her Unite move. Definitely a solid choice. Next up, we got Zora. I'm throwing Zora in A tier. You have to run jungle with them. You have to be over leveled. You have to be dealing out damage. You have to be bullying lanes. But if you are ahead and you're doing all of that, you can definitely carry your team. So that's why we're going to be sticking at A tier. Your Night move is crazy. All right, next up, we got Blissey. I'm sticking Blissey at B tier. I don't think she's as good as Eldegoss. You're so dependent on your team to deal all the damage. I mean, you are keeping your team alive. You can run Egg Bomb, but the other move is just better. Last but not least, we have Blastoise. S tier. Puts out a crazy amount of damage for a tank. Your Unite move is solid, and you get it crazy fast. That Rapid Spin and Water Spout combo is crazy. Overall, S tier. It feels like you just can't kill the Blastoise when it's in its Rapid Spin as well. It's just got so much HP. I suggest playing him. Super fun to play too, honestly. Well guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys disagree with any of my picks, let me know down below who you would change, why you'd change it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and ring that bell for notifications. Thanks for watching guys. Later.